Hey guys, my name is Hannah and I would say let's have some fun today. So, like you can see behind me, I purchased something directly from the Dior website and I'm really excited about that because I got my hands on the new 5 colors Couture Dior Velvet eyeshadow palette. I have the color 189 Blue Velvet and I'm really excited about that. And I also decided to get 2 sample sizes for me to try them out as well with you together. And the one sample size is the Dior Volume-Mascara, the 091. I'm really excited about that. And the other thing is the Dior Forever foundation. I couldn't choose the color sadly, so I have 2N. I hope it won't be too dark, but if it's too dark, we will make it work somehow. So I will test those 3 new products for me and maybe for you as well today with you together, and if it sounds interesting and fun to you, then stay tuned and I would say let's get started. Oh guys, I zoomed you in a little bit more. Every once or twice a year I get those kind of breaks out at my chin, and after that I don't get them for a long time. I don't know why, but they are deciding every once in a while to show up on my chin, so let's see how good this new product will maybe cover them. I think this will be a good testing canvas for this lovely product right here. So let's get into it. So as always, I will clip my hair back so it's not in the way, like that. The sample size is a really small sample size, really cute. And I'm really excited about that. I never tried anything else from Dior than their eyeshadow palette, and until now I just had one eyeshadow palette, the Birds of Feather Nightbird palette, and I really love that one. So I'm really excited to try a little bit more from Dior, and maybe if it's something for me, I will consider it in the near future to write them down on my wish list. We will see. So let's do this. Like I said, I have the Forever 24 Hours No Transfer High Perfection Foundation in the number 2N or in the shade 2N, and I'm really, oh, this will be too dark for me. I see it right now. It's really dark looking, but let's see. And it's really not my skin tone. Okay, let's put this one on our face anyways, because if it's too dark, I will go in there with something else to lighten it a little bit up, but that we can see the real effect that it will give us. I will blend this out with my beloved IT Cosmetics foundation brush. Upon first blending, I can tell it's a little bit more mattifying. It's really not that luminous, and it's blending out very easily with the brush. And it's a little bit darker, but it's not that bad, I have to say. I think we can work with just the foundation and I don't have to put anything else on. It's blending nicely with my neck, I think. This is after first application, and I have to say it's really mattifying, but it perfected my skin also a little bit. It's not that much covering, you can see my imperfections, but maybe if we will go in with a second layer, we can cover them a little bit better, so let's try that. So let's use a little bit more. But I have to say, upon first application, it's feeling really lightweight and not that heavy. This is what I really like in the foundation. Okay, let's put everywhere a little bit more, especially there where I'm needing it. And let's blend it out again with my brush. Okay, with the second layer it's getting a little bit darker, clearly, but yeah, now you can see that it's not really my tone of foundation. But it's also hiding my imperfections a little bit better, I would say. So you can layer this one really nicely, and this is always a good sign to me. So you can decide by yourself how much coverage you want. So guys, this is the second layer. I will come a little bit closer. You can see my imperfections are not completely away, but they are not that visible anymore and looking a little bit nicer than before. And all in all, I think my skin is looking a little bit more perfected and, yeah, evened out all in all. The only thing I would say, if you have really dry skin, maybe this one would cling a little bit onto your dry patches if you have some. But if you are using a really nice moisturizer underneath that you are trusting, I think then you will be good. I think it's really perfecting the skin. I would say I have combination skin, but I don't really have many dry patches on my skin, and I always using really hydrating moisturizers on my face. So therefore I think I'm relatively good right now with the foundation. Yeah, but I really like the finish, I have to say. I'm not against it. It's reminding me a little bit actually of my Pat McGrath, but my Pat McGrath is a little bit thinner. Even though my Pat McGrath is a little bit thinner than the Dior foundation, both are feeling really lightweight and nice on the skin, and both are giving my skin a really nice canvas to work with. So I'm really happy about that. So now let's use a little bit of concealer, and as always my beloved Rare Beauty concealer in 140C. And let's use this one really light on the under eyes to brighten everything a little bit more up, because the foundation is also really dark for my skin tone. Not really dark, but too dark, for sure. I have to say, it's the first time I'm ordering from the Dior website, and I only can order from the France Dior website, and it was really easy and fast. And I have to say, I'm not mad about it. I really like the overall experience and feeling, and also the nice, or you can't see it anymore, but also the nice Dior packaging you get with it. The overall packaging was like every packaging. It doesn't really scream luxury to me, but it is what it is. But all in all, I'm not mad at the experience. But I have to say, I think I will definitely order from the Dior website again, but it's also not that necessary for me. It was a nice experience, and I will maybe do it again because I like the overall feeling and the luxury feeling that you get with it. But it was also nothing that I have to experience every time I want something from Dior. So yeah, again, definitely, but it's not a must for me. So I think this brightened my face a little bit up again, and it's matching now a little bit better with the rest of my body, the color. And yeah, I think I will do the rest of my face like usual, and then we will come to the other Dior products I want to test with you. So guys, let's move on. I contoured my face a little bit with the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte Cream Powder Blush in the color So Taupe. I like to use this one as in contour. You see, I use this one very often, and I really like this stuff. I think it's the perfect contour shade for my skin tone. And I glued my brows up like I always do with a normal hair gel. And for my cheeks, I used the Nars Exposed Cheek Palette. And I think because I will use today a blue eyeshadow palette, I love this cool reddish rosy tone right here for such looks, because I think this is working really good with blue eyeshadows. And I also used the highlighter in here. I really like this highlighter. It's a little bit more on the glittery side, but it's overall really nice and neutral looking. It's giving the face a really nice and healthy glow. So this is all of my face, and now let's come to the fun part, I would say. My new Dior palette. I was tempted to buy me the blue one, of course. You see, I didn't use this one yet, and it's coming again with 2 brushes, no one it's needing. Maybe this one is a little bit better than the other one. The other one is really get never used from me. But these little ones are mimicking your fingers more, I think. And if you are someone who don't like to use their finger to put on some shimmers, or if you want to have a more intense effect on your eyes, I think those are not that bad to use. And so that you have a little comparison, this is a normal Dior palette. It's a little bit more shiny, and this one has a really matte component to it. It's looking a little bit more luxurious that way, in my opinion. I really like the matte one, I think a little bit more than the reflecting one. I think this one is looking a little bit more luxurious. But the weight and everything like that is the same. It's not feeling really heavy, but I think they are looking really luxurious. And I really like the touch, the feel, and the overall, yeah, execution of those palettes. And if we are looking at the inside, I have a greenish bluish one, but they are really not the same. This one, the Birds of Feather one, it's really more green leaning. This one really have more the real blue cool colors, and I really like it. So maybe we will swatch it first. Let's start with the silverish one, the light blue one, the dark blue one, and it's leaning a little bit on the blackenish side, but it's a blue. It's also swatched. Ooh, this is really pigmented. And the middle shade right here, this rosy tone. I really like that combo. So here you have them on my fingers. Looking really nice and beautiful, I have to say. So let's swatch them. The silver one, the light blue one, the two darker blues, and the rosy one. Here you go. I have a good feeling about them. I saw some videos. I really think I made a good choice. So before I start, I will tell you some infos I forgot. In 1993, Dior revealed the first velvet eyeshadow palettes, and to remember that, they released a limited edition collection with those velvety textures again. And I'm really excited for that. I think this is a really nice and beautiful idea. So now that we have the infos aside, let's dig right into it, because I'm really excited and I can't wait anymore. I will start with this really light blue right here. And this one I will put basically all over my crease and a little bit above it to make my eyes a little bit bigger. Ooh, I really like that color. This palette is leaning really silvery blue in that direction. A really cool leaning palette, and I like that. It's reminding me of the 2000 era with all the stars, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and on and on. And I'm a big fan of that, so I think that's because I needed this one so bad. It reminded me really of that time. Ooh, I really love that color. Alone for that color, it was worth it to me. I love such tones. So now that we have that done, I will go in with a dancer brush in this more darkenish blue color right here, the velvety one, and put it at the outer corners of my eyes and darken everything a little bit up. And I will go a little bit more inwards with this shade, not just at the outer corner, to give a more bluish effect on my eyes. Oh guys, I'm a big fan right off the bat. And it's really so much more pigmented than I thought it would be. But it's sophisticated on the same time. Really, really liking it so far. So now I will use my finger for this really silvery shade. And I will focus this one at the front part of my upper lid area, where I don't have that much blue on, and spread it into the blue. Now I will use a small tiny dance brush and go into this blackenish blue right here. So I really want to use every color in here for my first try. And I will focus this one really near my upper lash line. Really, really near. And mostly focus this one at the outer part. And with the same brush and the same color, this darkenish blackenish blue, I will go at my lower lash line, but also focus this color at the outer part of my lower lash line. And really near the lash line. I won't drag it too much down. And now with the more, I'm so sorry, it's not really that dirty. It's a little bit dirty, but the color is hard to get off because it's a really strong red pigment that I worked with. So the brush is looking a little bit, yeah, used. But trust me, there's not coming color off the brush, so we are good. And with this one, I will go into the second darkest blue again and put it at the outer corner where the black is. But this one I will drag a little bit more down. And with this really light blue, with the same brush, I will go all over the lower lash line and drag it also a little bit more down. Now with the same brush I used for the Blackenish blue, I will use for the middle shade right here, this rosy, cool mauve tone almost, I would say. And put it at the front part of my lower lash line over the light blue. This one is looking really purpley almost, but I think it's a nice pairing with the blue. I like the color very much, I have to say. And for my inner corners, I will go again into the silver shade right here and dab it into my inner corners. And before we are done, I will blend the blue a little bit more out. On my waterline, I will do just black because I need new blue colors for my waterline, to be honest. So let's do black. And to round everything up, let's use my new Diorshow Iconic Overcurl mascara. And like I told you, I have the sample size, but I think the sample size is somewhat really big. Really like the size of this one. How much is in here? It's 4 milliliters. I think this is a nice, decent size for a sample mascara. And let's open this one. So guys, this is the wand. I really like it. I like that it's more feathery and not that stiff. So I have a good feeling about that, but let's test it out. So guys, those are my lashes with this mascara right here from Dior. Have to say, I like it. It's a little bit volumizing, but not that much, but it's more lengthening, I would say. I like the feathery effect that it's giving my lashes. But I think time will tell how long this one would hold. It's of course a first impression, so I can't say that much right now about it, but yeah, I think I really like it upon first testing it, so not mad about that. So last but not least, for my lips, I will just use my Gucci Satin Lipstick in the color Royal Scandal. It's a really nice, yeah, cool toned brownish color, and I think it will suit the look very good. We'll diffuse it a little bit with my pinky, and here's the finished look. So guys, here's the finished look all zoomed out. I really like the outcome, I have to say. About the products I used and that are new to me from Dior, all in all, I really like the result of it. The Forever 24-Hour No Transfer High Perfection Foundation. Really long name. I think I really like it. Like I told you, it's not my shade, so it's a little bit harder that way to say how much I really love it, because I think it's always a different experience if you have your right shade. But I think I managed it to made it look very okay with my concealer and everything like that. I think I brightened it up very good, and I like the finish right now. Like I told you, I have to wear this one a little bit longer to can say how much I really like it and how good it will hold over the day. But all in all, I have to say I'm not mad about the result I got. It's really not a luminous foundation, not at all in my opinion. It's really mattifying, and it's also feeling really mattifying. So I think it could maybe be that this one will cling a little bit more to dry patches, but if you prep your skin beforehand very good, I think there will be no problem. And overall, I like the finish, the perfected look that it gave me, and I'm really not mad about this product. I think I will use it definitely more. I will use the sample size up, I think, and I think I can make it work with my concealer and everything like that. It's not that big of an issue. About the mascara, I have to say I like the effect that it gave my lashes. It's nothing I haven't seen before. My lashes are also not that thin or that short, so I have already black and long lashes, but they gave my lashes a nice feather effect, I have to say, and therefore I really like it. And I think I'm not stunned by it in any way, but I'm also not hating it. I think it's a decent product and I will use it definitely, and maybe I will fall more in love than I think right now that I am. if you know what I mean. So I think with this one, time will tell. I have to test it a little bit more out, get a little bit more used to it, but all in all, I'm not mad about that either, and I think it's a decent and good product in the moment. I can't tell, of course, about the transferring and the if it will get flaky or something like that, or if flakes will fall all over your face. That I will see when I use it a little bit more, but right now, like I told you, not mad about that. So now to the main show of this video, my new palette right here. Guys, I love blues. I love that it's giving me all the early 2000 vibes that I'm wishing for, and I love the overall feeling that it gave me. I think this palette is really nice. You will get always a similar look with that. It's not that versatile, but I think it's not intended to be versatile. It's not intended for that. It's a blue leaning palette, a blue 5-pan, so it's more monochromatic, you could say. But you have a little bit of variety with the silver, this blackish blue, and this rosy tone right here. I think those 3 colors will give you, with your eye looks, a little bit of variety at least, so that the look isn't that similar every time you're using it. But all in all, you know, it's not that much of a variety you will get in here. But for a blue 5-pan palette, I love it. I love the fact, I love that it's blue, you can see it, but it's also at the same time a really sophisticated color of blue, I think. And it's, again, not that shimmery, but I think the palette isn't intended for that. Like I told you, it is a velvet formula, and it should therefore also transfer velvet on your eyelids, like a velvety effect. I really like the Dior formula overall. I really want to use a little bit more of Dior palettes, and I think maybe when the time is right I will wish for some Dior palettes, because I have to say I really like the palettes. I'm really impressed by them. So guys, this is all of the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this one gave you a little bit inspiration. If you already have this blue velvet eyeshadow palette from Dior, or maybe this one is helping you a little bit with your decision, either if you want to get it or not. And yeah, I hope you liked my videos. I will play definitely again with this one on my channel, so this won't be the last time. I like to use my palettes a little bit more often on camera, and if it sounds good to you, I would be really happy if you consider to subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe to give this video a thumbs up. And with that being said, guys, I hope we will see each other in my next video. Until then, bye.